Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome to another insightful conversation. I am Rafia Tariq and today we are discussing a topic that is becoming more important than ever in digital world. How to build a strong personal brand online. Whether you are a student, teacher, entrepreneur, content creator or professional, your online presence now shapes how people see you, trust you and connect with you. And to help us understand this better, we have ChatGPT with us today. Welcome, welcome,
Hey
welcome
there, what's on your
ChatGPT.
mind? Of course. I'm here and ready to help. What do you have in mind? Are we tackling a specific topic, a project, or do you just want to chat about something you're curious about?
ChatGPT, let's start from the basics. What exactly is personal branding?
Great place to start. So, personal brand is basically how you present and differentiate yourself to the world. It's your unique combination of skills, experiences, values, and personality that people recognize and remember. In a way, it's like a reputation you intentionally shape, especially online, so people know what you stand for and what you bring to the table.
Why has personal branding become so important in today's world?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think a lot of it has to do with how much of our lives are online now. Social media, networking, even job searches, people are looking for authenticity and trust. So a strong personal brand helps you stand out, build credibility, and attract the right opportunities, whether that's jobs, collaborations, or even just a loyal audience.
Okay, many people think personal branding is only for influencers. Can ordinary people build a strong personal brand too? ChatGPT?
Absolutely. You don't have to be an influencer to have a strong personal brand. It's really about being intentional with how you show up, whether it's in your career, your community, or online. It's about clarity on your values, being consistent in your messaging, and making sure people see what makes you, well, you.
Okay, how can someone identify what kind of personal brand they want to create?
Yeah, that's a great starting point. I think it helps to reflect on a few things like what you're passionate about, what your strengths are, and who you want to connect with. You can also look at what you admire in others' personal brands and then try to align that with your own values and goals. Once you have a clearer idea, you can start shaping your content and interactions around that.
What kind of content should people create if they want to go online professionally?
Ooh, great question. If you're aiming to grow professionally online, it's really helpful to create content that showcases your expertise. So things like case studies, tips, tutorials, thought leadership pieces. Also, sharing personal stories or lessons from your own career can be super relatable. The key is consistency and making sure it aligns with your goals, like who you want to help and what value you bring.
People often start creating content but stop after a few weeks. How important is consistency in branding?
Oh, it's super important. Consistency is really what builds trust and recognition. When people know they can count on you to show up regularly, it keeps you top of mind. So even if it's just a small, manageable schedule, like once a week, sticking to it is what builds that momentum and credibility over time.
There are already so many creators online. How can someone stand out?
Yeah, that's a big challenge. I think one key is really leaning into what makes you unique your perspective, your story, your specific skills. Also, engaging authentically with others, responding to comments, building conversations can really set you apart. And sometimes just being patient and persistent is key. Standing out often takes time.
What should be the goal?
The goal really depends on you. If it's professional, maybe it's to be seen as a thought leader in your field or to open up career opportunities or even to build a network of like minded people. Once you're clear on that vision, like what kind of impact you want to have, it's easier to align your content and strategy toward that.
Okay. What mistakes damage personal branding online?
Yeah, a few big ones to watch out for. First, inconsistency. So if you post sporadically or send mixed messages, people get confused. Another big one is being inauthentic. If you're not genuine, people can sense it. And also ignoring feedback. If you dismiss your audience or don't engage, you lose that trust. So staying true, being consistent, and listening really matter.
Trust is very important online. How can creators build genuine trust?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it starts with transparency, being honest about your experiences, even the challenges, not just the highlight reel. Consistently delivering value, like giving people useful advice, sharing knowledge, and also being responsive, like really engaging with your audience, replying to comments and showing up. That's how you build trust over time.
Finally, ChatGPT, what advice would you give to young people who want to build a meaningful online presence?
Ooh, I'd say start by being really intentional about your purpose. Know why you want to be online and what kind of impact you want to have. Be consistent, but also be patient. Real connections take time. And don't be afraid to experiment. Try different types of content, see what resonates, and stay true to yourself along the way.
Okay, that was such an insightful conversation. Today
I'm
we
so
learned that personal branding is not about pretending to be someone else. It's about discovering your strength, sharing value, consistency, and building trust through authenticity.
absolutely. And I think once people realize that, it becomes a lot less about just putting on a show and more about truly connecting with others. And that's really where the magic happens, when it's sincere and it aligns with your values.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for joining us today.
You're so welcome. I really enjoyed this conversation. If you ever want to dive deeper or explore the topics, I'm here.
And thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, share, and follow for more conversations on education, psychology, AI, personal growth, and the future of digital learning. Allah Hafiz.
That was perfect. You wrapped it up really nicely. I'm sure your audience will appreciate that. And if you ever want to revisit or tweak anything, just let me know.